4 members of our group are Azrai, Shahira, Shasha, and Sophia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day I bid to Serahimi. So I'm Sharifah Sophia binti Sheikh Nizam, and along with me in this presentation video is my group mates, which are Azrai Adena, Nur Shasha Izati, and Nur Shahira. So for this assignment, we have choose CodeIgniter as our framework. So this is the CodeIgniter logo. For the content of this presentation video, we have introduction of CodeIgniter. Next, we have the features of the CodeIgniter. Also, we have the installation instruction that we have done in our computer for the CodeIgniter. Also, we have the model view controller tutorials that we have done in our computer first, and we will show you the step by step. And lastly, we also have the conclusion of this CodeIgniter. So what is CodeIgniter? CodeIgniter is a light web application framework that was written in PHP. It was adopted in model view controller that was approved by development. The CodeIgniter was built in Bylab, and also the first version of CodeIgniter were launched on 28 February 2006. As we know, the CodeIgniter was built in Bylab, and also the first version of CodeIgniter were released on 28 February on 2006. The CodeIgniter lets you focus creatively on your project by minimizing the amount of code needed for a given task. Okay, now let's move to the overview slides. As we can see, there are many overview in these slides, but the one that I want to highlight the most is the CodeIgniter is very well documented. Why I say this is because the CodeIgniter have very many good books, many tutorials, and also many answers to all the CodeIgniter questions. Now, the one that I want to highlight to is everyone that master in PHP, easy to use this CodeIgniter. Okay, next for the features of CodeIgniter. As we can see in these slides, there are many features of CodeIgniters such as model view controller based system, extremely lightweight, query builder database support, form and data validation, and many more. But the one that we will highlight in this slide is the model view controller based system. This tutorial will be shown in the next video. Okay, next, what is model, view, and controller? Model is representing the data. For the view is the rendering of the data suitable for the interaction with the user. Next, the controller is the traffic code that passes the model data.
Okay, for this slide, I will show you how to install the CodeIgniter framework, which is the most important part of using the CodeIgniter. Okay, step 1 is downloading the CodeIgniter framework. You have to download the CodeIgniter framework from their website, which is you can click this link and will be directly into the CodeIgniter website. So in their website, it have two versions, which is the current version is CodeIgniter 4, which is that support PHP 7.2, and the second one is the CodeIgniter 3. So in this tutorial video, I will use CodeIgniter 3. The second step is installing and exploring the CodeIgniter. After you have downloaded the CodeIgniter file, it will show the zip folder. So the first thing you must do is unzip the folder first, and then rename the CodeIgniter 3.1.11 into your application name, for example, CodeIgniter name. After that, the step 3 is configuring the CodeIgniter. Upload all the file and the folder into your server. In this tutorial, I will use the Laragon. So you have to copy this CodeIgniter into the Laragon folder. So the step 4, testing the CodeIgniter. After uploading or transfer the file into the Laragon, you have to right click in the Laragon and then click www and then click the CodeIgniter. After that, it will show you the following screen, which is welcome to CodeIgniter. Means it's working properly and you have successful start the CodeIgniter program. Thank you. That's all from me.
Today I will showing you guys a tutorial how to create a simple project using CodeIgniter. So the first step is you need to open any site that can write a simple coding. So I will such as Sublime Text, Notepad++, Adobe Review or anything else. So I will be using Sublime Text as my base. So you guys need to save it as login.php, the file names. So the first thing you guys need to be done is in your project is the login controller. We will create an index function within this login which will load our login view. So for your information, this is the basic coding that I have write for controller. So but remember, we will also include our cross section for good programming habit and code dependent construct as well. So we will move to the next one. The next one is for your interface, that will be the outcome on the web page. So this is sorry, so you guys can save it as a login view.php. So once you guys have create a login controller, you guys can go ahead and create a login view script like I do. So this coding that I showing is I have write it. For example, Azrai login screen is my name and welcome, and it will be showing you guys the interface that user need to be put is username and the password that have been registered. Okay, next is the validate. Validate is a simple thing which is the process in the controller. This method we will call for the model logic. So the next thing is the registration coding. So all of this registration coding will be query in the database. So all the user information will be kept in the database. So for your information, this coding that the user need to be insert is the user ID, full name, last name and username. The username will be used in the login page. So we can create login model file. Since we have this method, this file will have a validate method. So this validation method same as the third one, which is I explained earlier. If the user is inserting the information wrongly, there will be a message or information that will be showing in the page, such as invalid username or password. Or if they still keep doing it, they will be redirect to home. The default message will be null, meaning nothing will be exhibit. But if an error occur, we call a message to a method. Let's move to the next one.
Okay, for the next step is and this is to create the login, which is it will include the login form which have username and also password and the submit button. So there will be controller used in order um, to control the page, and if the user if the user insert password and username that are wrong, it will be redirected to the same page, and if the password and username are correct, they will be redirected to the next page. And this is the next step, which is we need to build a validation inside the construct. This validation is to ensure that whenever the user insert the password and username that are correct, they'll be redirect to the next page. So this is basically like in verification, either the user insert the wrong or right username or password. So basically these are all the coding and the function index. There will be a congratulation you are logged in that will be inserted to the interface. And for the next one is mm, step, which is where whenever the users want to log out, they will be redirected to the login page. So in this login form, we also include the function, the controller, so that whenever the user log out from the application, they will be directed to the login page. And for the next one, and this is the overall interface and outcome that will the user see whenever we execute this. And as you can see that there will be the username and password that we create just now and the login one. So the user will insert those information here and they need to log in. And as I said before, they need to redirect it to this page again whenever they insert wrong password and username, and will be directed to the next page if they insert correct username. So to conclude this, we may assume that PHP frameworks have their pertinence and benefits. Nonetheless, it is completely depends to our project on how we want to build it and how we would favor a project or application will be look like. So in conclusion of this overall CodeIgniter framework, it is an easy but powerful open source framework which is suitable for all developers who are in need of dynamic websites with simple toolkits in order to create his or her own web application in much more creative, and also they can um, focus more on the design that they want instead of need to think of the programming codes they need to remember, because it is the use of the coordinator itself to easier the works of the developer itself to create like to give the libraries of the codings that they need to have, and also the helps of the features of coordinator, which is MPC, which will ensure that the works which is the programming code that will be done by the developers are industry standard practice, as the code will be organizedly created and it will be more organized, and the programmer itself can easily delete it, and any coding or anything that they want, if they want to do a change or update to the code. I think that's all from our group. Thank you.